the first one to do it, Wolf.
A third of the time, he does win on Yorick.
Well, let's see whether
we'll
see whether we can make it half of the time. As the Yone is going to continue to get banned away here. Yunara as well. Maybe Yorick has to be banned because it also starts with Y. But we'll just have to see. His second ban going to be interesting here. Nico up and available. Poppy as well has been banned throughout the series.
I think Nico is definitely going to get banned right here. Oh, okay, they banned the Lord's Renekton.
Oh, no. No Crocodile for the Lord. That is a scary one.
Look, I think take away all forms of engage if you're DRX. Teddy is today the stronger AD carry, and we have already lost so many engage tools, like Nautilus is gone, Leona's gone, right? Rakan's gone. If you just take away a lot of those supports, take away the Nico, Teddy gets to play the game how he wants, then I'm a 10 out of 10 Predator. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, we'll see whether we do see a bit of higher priority on the bottom lane. Just with that, like, a lot of game threes do move towards bottom lane priority instead, as far as our picks are concerned, just because that's the one that's been pinched the most as far as engaged supports are concerned. So the Scion going to be the final ban here for DRX. That is really, mixing things up.
He is really playing Yorick this game, isn't he? He really is.
I mean, I think Rich is angling for it. We have seen Renekton picked into Yorick quite a lot. And taking our time at the bros, and let's see what it is going to be. The Nico will finally hit the deck, and Wukong is up and available once again. Remember, just wasn't even looked at in the last series,
I think it's just
in the last game.
It should be an easy snap block for the Wukong. It's one of the best forms of engage that's left. You want to have that. You can peel for Teddy with it, and you can team fight with it, you know, and look for engages, look for early grub control. I think it's kind of a no-brainer to me, but these teams are just shying away from it today for some reason.
Yeah, we've really seen a drop in the Wukong priority, and that is going to continue as the Aurora flex pick is going to be locked away for Rich. Or for Yehu.
Yeah.
Of course.
Matchup dependent. Ryze stocks are way high right now, like super high.
True.
But you need a side lane champion to pair with it.
What about the Wukong Ryze? As there is the man, the myth, the Maverick himself.
He cares so much about predictions that he came to watch it live.
Yeah, he did. As Wadid is also there. As there is that Yorick.
We knew it.
That we were talking about.
We knew he was like, they banned Renekton and Scion away, and Morgan's like, well, I've got one champion in my pool left that I'm super confident on. His name starts with Y.
I mean, we didn't really put the Ambassador in his pool, though, until he found a victory on it. And so maybe we need to do that with Jace as well, that he's famously not very good at.
Well, he just doesn't play it ever, either.
Yeah,
so it's hard to judge his Jace currently. Like, he could be the best Jace player in the world. As we're going to go Wukong Kaisa, snap locket.
There it is. And Teddy has been absolutely amazing on this champion. And I am extraordinarily bro-biased, but I'm a bit nervous because the Kaisa has been locked in. I wouldn't mind it if bro just priority lock in something like an Alistair or something like that just to allow Polo to have some engage, but instead the Ryze will be picked up.
I mean, closer on the Ryze, this is great because you have side lane power in the Yorick. Like, I get that part, but how is the team fight going to look is the question I have now. It's really tough with this Trundle setup. And there's a world, okay, Cassiopeia makes sense. If Rich is going to be playing the Aurora, which he likely is.
Renata. Interesting.
Yeah, they just want to make sure they can hard dive here. By the way, the Renata ban makes me feel like this could be a mid-Aurora. Rich does something crazy and plays like Aurelia top and counter pick into the Yorick. Like,
I'm kind of expecting the Aurora to be mid lane for some reason. I don't necessarily know why. Rich isn't going to be playing a tank, obviously, into a Trundle.
Yeah, I feel like he might just lock Aurelia, like, unironically.
Aurelia? Oh, the classic!
Like, I actually think he might do that. They're not considering it. They're taking away that Prio Alistair you were mentioning, the Cassiopeia into the Ryze, just in case. No, it is going to be the top Aurora.
We have seen it work overseas, right? I'm pretty sure in the LEC, the Aurelia has worked out. Was it Osgrinnen that played it?
I want to say yes, but I'm not a LEC connoisseur, per se. Rel taken away from Paulo again. Never going to get to play that Rel. All right, so what's this bottom lane going to look like, Hype? And this is the real question. I'm going to save the counter pick for support. They should.
Yeah. By the way, if you spell out all of the bans on DRX's side, it says, yes, sir. which is pretty cool.
Digon has been known to say that.
Yeah.
Like that, with that pronunciation.
And so that's why DRX banned it.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that Digon wasn't allowed to say that. Although we can't hear it anyway.
Okay, it's gonna be Jin.
Okay.
I don't like this comp that much from Bro. Okay, he said no Irelia, it's just Jax time.
I mean, Jax is basically Irelia, but does more things in teamfights. That's not true, even a little bit. But they did used to both build the same builds.
They do get picked in drafts in similar angles, and the Jax is pretty good into York. We've seen this a lot. Rich has given a nod. I think he's confident in this pick. And like the teamfight power of this draft for DRX is kind of insane.
Oh yeah.
And with Teddy's ability to play Kai'Sa at an incredible level, like I'm feeling good about my pred at this moment in time. I don't think any support pick here could throw me off.
Well, let's see what Andal has prepared for you, because we know that Polo is going to slam Bard, and we're all going to be anxious. As the Poppy angle to come through against all champions that have zero ability to be steadfastly presented.
Well, it's definitely going to be the Bard now.
Yeah.
I just don't, unless Paul is just not comfortable on it, then, which we've seen a lot of supports actually are just not willing to play, because it's kind of a weird support. You have to have high mastery, you have to have a lot of experience on the pick.
Yeah, you also have to have the right mindset.
Like, we don't talk about support champion pools too much unless it's like you're picking 80 carry support or anything like that, but Bard is one of the ones that some players just don't have. And he is going to go to the Maokai instead.
I kind of love this, though. It gives you that very easy, I'm going to press the R button. We did recently see it lose pretty horrifically in our first series today.
All hands, yeah.
But we'll see whether Polo can find some redemption for the tree.
What I like about it is it's budget Renata, basically. Like, they're all melee champions trying to run at you, the Wukong, the Jax, and it's not a hostile takeover, but it's like, stop coming towards me. And also sets up the Jhin aggressively. If you want to use it to control space, you certainly can. You can use it to siege.
Yep. Does allow the shots to line up. That is a very good point.
It's definitely a really high value pick here, actually. I still would have liked the Bard. I like having a range support in a matchup like this into the Poppy, where you can try to punish the Poppy a little bit more in lane. The lane feels relatively free now. And the Yorick pick, you know, we have to talk about it. There's some side lane power with it, with the Rise for sure, but team fighting here for the side of Bro is what I'm most worried about.
Star walking. Bit of a shout out there. Yeah, oh, they're going to sing it. Yeah, and the Bro fans are saying, turn it off. We do not want to hear it around here. And of course, a lot of those players are no longer on this team. And by a lot, I mean all. So it's not really the same DRX that they would be celebrating as the Bros. Let's see whether they can make this eclectic composition work as we get into the Rift for Game 3. I'm anxious, guys. Oh, God.
시간사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 3, the decider. Which team will go to the play-ins? Will it be Bro or will it be DRX? That is the question. As Polo already has his pajamas on, he is ready to go to bed.
Think of this, like, possibility. For either of these teams, DRX has done this once before, right? But for either of these teams, this could be the beginning of the streak that has them lift a World Championship trophy.
That is true.
And otherwise, we'll never know. Like, if you lose here, what could have been, you'll never know, because you'll never get those opportunities. You'll never have that opportunity to play through play-ins, so then try to play through the playoffs, to upset some of those legend teams, to win the LCK, to go to Worlds, and compete with the rest of the world. It is... You know, you're on the precipice right now. That's how high the stakes are. Like,
they're just...
The options are either 0 or unlimited, okay?
Yep.
And so...
You're basically a world champion by winning this. This is pretty much the world final.
Yeah, like, Rich, if he wins this lane against Morgan, he might be lifting a World's trophy in just a few months. I mean, it's...
That's what it means.
That's what it means.
And I think we will all have doubts in our mind, depending on which one of these teams wins, when someone hoists that World's trophy, we're like, in the back of our minds, this could have been Bro.
You know,
this could have been DRX.
The meme that goes around every time Bro, like, upset D+, or, you know, would upset Gen G, for example, people would post that, like, I'm not trying to overreact, but is Bro gonna win Worlds? Well, like if they beat DRX right here in this single best of one at the end of this series,
they could win Worlds.
Could win Worlds, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Are they gonna win Worlds? Is a viable question.
Yeah, and look, maybe is probably the answer that we're gonna have to go with here. As I mean, I haven't seen since MSI, I haven't seen either DRX or Bro lose to Genji.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Let that sink in for a second.
Yeah, they have never lost to Genji or T1.
Yeah.
Or even, like, frankly, KT or Nongshim. KT's kind of hot right now.
Yeah, right?
They seem immune to KT so far as well.
It's extraordinary. As we're going to have a look at
this is why
the
they're not
loss
picking
streak
it, huh?
for the Wukong.
Yeah, they just don't really want to pick it right now.
And it's kind of crazy that his win streak has since ceased here in the Rise group. Still working in the Legend group, as we did see prior. Although I believe it had recently lost, because was it Nongshim that picked it up? Can't quite.
I don't know. It's a 5-game day now. I deleted that part.
Yeah, no, I needed some system memory.
Gotta focus on the stakes.
Back as well.
Yeah.
As we are seeing that everything is extraordinarily even. Teddy is taking a bit of a beating as far as the farm is concerned, but he might be able to... Oh, never mind. He's not going to be picking up this wave because he is no longer here. He is a little absent.
Even though they didn't end up picking, a ranged harass support, they end up winning the lane pretty handily here. Rich is going to have to come down here, TP, to allow them to swap. And the timing of this works out pretty well because Teddy went back so quickly, he can get up there to the lane in time to not lose anything. This is not looking great.
I'm also thinking that this is probably one of the worst drafts to pick Poppy into ever.
Yeah, no, it's... I mean, outside of the fact that the bottom lane is kind of okay,
it would have been worse if Croco played Nocturne. Because then he definitely gets to just come back to the fight.
Yeah.
You know? That would be worse. But right now you've got, you can Realm Warp your way back in. Morgan never wants to be in a team fight anyway.
They're like,
Yorick.
There's not that many great subjugate targets. Oh, and now there's Poppy. Cool.
And then Hype is oh, I got ulted away from a fight. Now it's perfect. I can use my ult without worrying. And probably if he has good timing on the Twisted Advance, can actually just avoid it entirely. It is an interesting scenario here. Of course, Poppy can just be game warping regardless.
Yeah, I think that's the real reason here is just, in a volatile series like this, knocking the right person away before a big Baron fight or an Elder, might actually just be what wins you the game. So I think that's part of why she's so high prio right now. There's a lot of lane matchups where you just hard win, and you get a lot of value, you get a lot of ability to shut down a Rakan, for example, but this is not it. This is not the one.
No.
So Rich is doing really well in this lane so far, which is...
Yeah, the Jack's having a good time. I think the last time we saw this matchup, the Jack's completely crushed.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I want to say...
Was it Zeus?
It was Zeus or maybe Morgan, weirdly. I don't know, something like that. I want to say Zeus, though, because when I think about Jax this season, it's all Zeus in my mind.
Yeah, there's a bit of Doran there as well, with his sick play a couple of weeks ago.
He did have that one as well, yeah. We'll see where this Grub fight lands in 2 minutes, because Grubs impact both of these incredibly strong side laning champions very well. Really, all 4 solo laners across the Rift are very, very good with Grubs, and very good at pushing, so...
I think the Bros really do want a few Grubs if they can get it, because it will give Morgan a lot of power in that side lane.
And that's why winning these lanes is so important, because if you fall behind, then your side lane power is worse, and your opposition directly, who's also good at side laning, is really enjoying themselves. I don't know if Ryze will ever really start putting down an Aurora, but if the Aurora really messes things up, could certainly happen. Got great wave clear and Realm Warp just the same. As nothing really is happening in this game except we're watching Teddy and Ando catch waves repeatedly in the match lane swap here.
Well, they're trying to catch waves. I feel like Bro are throwing them waves, and then DRX are just kind of stumbling all over the place, and waves are going everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's...
This is what it kind of looks like to me, with the 45 to 60 that we can see built up.
Yeah.
That is being made up for, though, in the bottom lane here, as Rich is doing a pretty decent job into Morgan.
Teddy did get the call on the first back when they did the lane swap initially, so he's going to eventually have that cashed in. And so that's something that feels a little bit less bad when your lane state is like this.
Yeah.
As a DRX Predator, I'm just looking at that. feeling like, well, maybe in 61 more last hits, it'll get better.
There it is.
A Dark Seal pickup as well here for Yehu, so some kind of economic buys here early on in the game for DRX. A little budget DRX.
Yeah.
Thrift store.
Crocker does have his Subjugate now.
He does.
Haven't seen a dragon. I feel like dragons have been taken pretty early so far today.
Yeah,
it's to be the case this time around.
Yeah, again, it's like game 1 where the tempo vibes are unsensible.
Yeah, it's not very sensible.
No.
This is the Rise group. It's not about being sensible.
No, of course not. But in all seriousness, like, this means so much to both of these teams that you don't have enough control over Dragon to take it for sure. For teams like this that sometimes do struggle with decision making,
yeah.
Like, you know what? Let's just not flip the game right here and flip our entire future right here on this Dragon. Let's wait until we have a little bit more of our win cons online.
And it looks like those are going to involve a few grubs that could potentially be taken, as Closer is going to be trading a little bit with Yahoo.
Yeah, doing a little trade of objectives as well, as is going to be the pickup here for Splash.
Oh wow,
Dragon.
we are just straight up trading.
Yeah, no, it's a 1-for-1 trade of objective feats of strength. And the grubs, arguably more value, I would say, especially considering the side lane win cons we talked about.
I mean, it depends on Double Dragon. I think if DRX can lock down the next Drake as well, it puts them in a fantastic position. However, if this next mountain just goes to Bro and they just trade for Herald or something like that, then it kind of does nullify it. And this Yorick in a side lane could be problematic. Hype is now a very long way away. The flash comes in as Andil looking to hold Hype in position. He's just trying to walk his way out, but he cannot do it. As now we've got Sponge over here perfectly catching Closer on the Realm Warp. As Rich is going to be inside the Ghoulie wall and does not care about it whatsoever. So that is just first blood going over to DRX and with not much recourse.
Closer Realm Warping down there to try to patch that up means it's going to be a free play for Yehu in the mid lane. And, I mean, it's not like Closer's not getting any farm here. We'll be able to pick up this wave and can stay down here for a minute, but this is really not what they wanted. Going back to the play, Hype here steps really far up to get that auto onto Teddy.
And they thought, like, they had, like, sort of pseudo-vision control, but it was like captive audiences sitting around brushes and things like that.
Yeah, that was
so
just
Andil
like
just walks up and kills him.
Yeah, that was just like almost like not paying attention moment. It feels like he's just.
It's really not Hype's day today.
Yeah, no, that was a rough one. I mean, he had such a lead in the lane, and now with the cult, when the cult completes, like assuming nothing else happens, like Teddy will catch back up. And
the best news for the Bros is the fact that the kill does go over to Andil.
Yeah, that's the other thing
Teddy
that's kind of weird,
it
because Andil took that away from Teddy.
I mean, he doesn't have control of the second proc of the Q, so
yeah, that's true.
A little bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But good for the Bros.
The grub here, by the way, was pinged several times, I think by Rich. There was a bunch of question mark pings on it. They did not secure the last grub, so now Sponge will eventually come over here when he has a little bit of extra free time to secure that. So it's not a 3 grub for Bro, just 2 that get picked up by them. Still good, but it's not as good as it could have been.
Indeed. Next Dragon up in 3 minutes' time. As let's see where this next kill could potentially lie. As Morgan having a pretty good time at this point in the lane. Both of these top laners building towards their Trinity forces.
Yeah.
But Morgan has caught back up decently, you could say.
Yeah,
it's the Morning Mist and the Maiden just making Rich's life annoying.
Yeah, when Maiden isn't up, it's pretty tough, but once you get it, you can do a lot of stuff in this lane. It's very annoying.
Wow.
Rich.
That's a big boop. And that's 2 plates that have been removed from the top side. Of course, it hasn't all been Morgan, as they did do a little bit of swapping around.
Yeah, still though, pretty significant little chunk of gold picked up for Morgan there in the end. We'll get the TP out of Rich. He is still sitting at like 80% of his health bar. If he could force Rich out again, then he could get a huge lead, but he's going to try to take it back himself. He's going to find himself at an item disadvantage in the side lane.
It's going to be a little bit difficult for DRX to fight for the next Dragon now, perhaps.
No flash, by the way. He might just die here to Wukong ult.
Yep. The Cyclone is going to come in, and Wolf, you may have been onto something, as he is going to go down once again.
Like, Sponge and knows he has control vision there, and he has flash engaged. They track Hype Summoner, and they're like, that's a dead Jhin. Stepping up too far again. And in Hype's defense this time, you know, you don't necessarily expect that range of engage from a Wukong because he didn't flash for it, but the Wukong's engage range with Flash and Warrior Trickster is quite high, and he just gets on top of the Jhin, who is flashless, and kills him. Now he's 0-2. Teddy has the Cole cashing in soon. He picks up the kill there. He has a lead now. And it's once again Hype trying to get that fourth shot in.
Yeah, really wanted that fourth shot.
And he is just going to get taken out. And Hype really struggling today.
Yeah, this is certainly not Hype's day. But it is the year of Closer, and he has a run of ages, okay? That's something. Croco also has finished his Trinity Force alongside Sponge as he finishes his. So now the bros, 45 seconds until the Dragon is up and available.
It's not
1,000 gold in the lead for DRX.
It's not an issue that Hype is behind, per se. It's just an issue that Teddy's ahead, if you know what I mean. And Morgan may no longer be ahead.
Yeah, Morgan is not looking to be too far ahead. And in fact, he is dead.
Sponge is just like, this is my game now. Just with 2 ganks, completely warps the entire game state.
And Morgan didn't even flash, just didn't really feel like he had an option to, as Rich still had his up and available. And
yep,
DRX now looking for even more. Croco is going to come in. They will take a plate. And that looks to be all they're going to be able to collect, as Rich has to flash out of the way of Croco, who is just going to eat him. All right, this Trundle is a monster. He's going to take a bite out of Sponge as well and says, you can live. Tell them what happened on this day.
That was actually almost shocking. Like, I was like, I don't know if he can actually get the kill here. It's going to be close. It was not. Because, I mean, he had Sponge there.
Someone on the bros has that killer instinct. Yeah. We hadn't seen that from Morgan or Hype so far in this game as their responses, but yeah, Croco's like, come on guys, get it together.
All right, Andil looking really uncomfortable on the player cam. I've noticed it for a while and just had to mention it.
He's like, hang on a second, why am I playing Poppy again?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I was going to make the same joke.
he did manage to catch out Hype there towards the bottom side of the map. You could argue that even if he was Soraka, he might have been able to do it. But no. The heroic charge and the ulti were able to hold him in position quite nicely.
All right, well, that's a nice get back here by Croco. Not going to change the overall game state too much, but was able to punish the plate take there from Rich. Like I said earlier, it's not that Hype is behind, because he is Jhin, right? He's going to be able to have a ton of utility in team fights, but it's that Teddy has a Kraken Slayer already. Teddy's got a pickaxe. Teddy had to cash in the call. Suddenly, Teddy had this massive, like, 1,000 gold swing and is just really going to be a huge menace in these team fights on the Kai'Sa that I'm concerned about. And let's see what this one is going to look like. In fact, it is this Mountain Soul now being started up by DRX. They have full prio here.
Oh, Closer is just going to walk up, though. Let's see whether the bros can actually find an inroad, as Polu, level 7, will be able to throw down the ulti, finds the snare onto Sponge, who's taking a fair bit of damage. Warrior Trixie gets him out of there as it is Croco locking up this Dragon, but he has to, oh, okay, just eats the monkey. And now Teddy dives on forward. It is going to be a Chemtech Soul as Hype wants to get this damage down close and kills Teddy, just flash executes him. And there is the Keeper's verdict, but the verdict is in. You are dead. Andil, there is nothing you can do about that. As we have a bit of Biffo in the top lane, but it's top lane.
I guess that's another reason why Poppy's not great in this composition, is to just get shot before you...
Yeah, gotta watch out for those line skill shots.
Yeah, while you're channeling your ultimate, you're very easy to get hit by a Jhin ultimate. That's actually really problematic. I think that's maybe you shouldn't have picked this champion. All right, so
Jhin wasn't the problem. I don't know. The good old flash rise.
I was saying the it's an 80 carry meta right now, but I don't know. Today it's a jungler meta, man.
Oh,
The jungle impact we've seen today is kind of insane, as Croco is able to get in here and actually secure this. And then, like, things get a little bit hairy here in this fight, as Teddy is doing a ton of damage, gets on the back line, is able to take Croco out. But then
that one chomp with the Trinity Force, it's absolutely massive.
And then Hype is like, no, my ultimate.
That was very comical in the end.
Yeah.
As all right, DRX are looking to take down this Rift Herald. It will be secured, as now Croco going to just walk on up, but he's a little late to this party as they're guarding the eye. DRX haven't been able to lock that one down just yet. And Croco just placing kennels in the area.
I think, bro, like, this is a fine win here, but don't overstep your your victory on this skirmish, as they may do that. They may overstep slightly. Not going to commit. And actually now going to go for the turret.
Yeah, what are we doing here? We're not allowed to be here! Oh god, Closer just takes him down. That is going to be first turret going over to the bros as well. As Rich
Atlas
in this bottom lane, we're going to check it out, but the teleport will be able to defend.
The tempo vibes are not
The pendulum do be swinging, Wolf!
They're not with me right now. They're not with DRX Predators. Me and Wadid starting to get a little bit stressed out.
Yeah, we're going to need that Wadid cam back. We need to see both sides of this. As never mind. I mean, DRX still in fine position. It's only 500 gold the difference between the two teams. And this is Rise Group, baby. We will never know until we know.
The vibes are gone. And that's always a big indicator of who's going to win. Sponge here looking for Closer.
Yeah, he's going to get dove on as Polo just a little late to the party. The Realm Warp not going to work out. The Bramble Smash looked kind of cool. Kennel placement, great. But unfortunately, the tree is still dead. And the vibes,
just like that, Atlas.
Yep. That's what a pendulum does.
I'm so back.
This is like a swing set, the video game.
Yeah, you've basically just described how momentum works.
In a swing.
And which is what Tempo Vibes is.
Well, Croco is trying to eat a Poppy, and that's Poppy says goodbye.
And that's another reason not to pick Poppy there.
Well, I mean, did disengage relatively well. Teddy going to be able to lock down this turret at the same time.
I'm just making every reason. All right, so Closer here does go just a little bit too far up. Sponge has been if you cross the line, like the line, the kind of equator of the rift,
yeah,
I will police you. And he has been finding these angles. This time, of course, set up by Rich, but he came down to finish the play there and to get the punish onto Closer.
Very nicely done.
Game state, hard to define. I think Teddy is the biggest problem here on the rift, but Rich is becoming a larger one. But on the other side, like, you still have the scaling Rise, and the York is not going to be able to team fight, but has been pretty effective in sides thus far.
Yeah, we'll see how Morgan is going to play this one out as the game continues. As 1,000 gold lead here for DRX, as we were talking about, it has swung back in their direction. Croco, oh man, he's like, thanks, Teddy. Preparing some honey fruit for me? Fantastic.
Yeah.
We got to wander on in. I think so far, Croco certainly has been the most important member of the bros. Is assertiveness.
Yeah, 100%.
Understand, like, still making the confidence plays.
I think like
some of the other players seem a little paralyzed in this one.
I feel like I can write the jungle palm down now. Regardless of who wins.
What happened in game one again?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. Hang on, who was in it? That was the Jarvan. Yeah, no, it's Croco. He played Jarvan on this day.
Yeah.
It's the day of the jungle.
The setup here for the dragon is better for Bro, but it's a Chemtech dragon. It's not even Chemtech soul point, so they're a little bit timid to.
It's also Otacon topside as well. So it's a little bit mixed. As Rich here hanging out in this lane, Polo in position as Andil gonna be walking over this sapling. Bro have started off this Drake, but in comes Sponge with that Mega Cone. Closer looking for Yeho on an angle, and the Bros have so much vision control. It is absolutely insane. There is still a ward in here, but Sponge, can you win this 50-50s? Keeper's verdict is in, and the verdict is goodbye, Mr. Trundle. And now we got a Rune Prison. The curtains have been called, and this monkey is not long for the world. Down he will go, does get a fair bit of work done. But the sacrifice is monkey for dragon.
Yeah, and I don't think there's really going to be too much that Bro can do to capitalize on the lack of a jungler here. There's no way to get... If Otacon was bottom, you could try to do some shenanigans there, but I just don't see it.
Oh, they just run towards top lane, maybe take that one down.
Yeah, I mean, they are going to head up there. It's taking a little bit of time, but they have Realm Warp, so I suppose with Realm Warp, you kind of can pull this off. There is a TP for Rich, but the DRX need to come over there like ASAP. Like, where do you think they went, Teddy? Yeah, they're up there doing Otacon.
They are going to spot him, as Teddy does find out, but that is just information that it is going to go down that they would have got anyway. And Morgan looking to defend this, so the Otacon in trade for the dragon, and they get the kill. That feels like a pendulum swing to me, baby.
Yeah, no,
it's not enough to make the gold do that, though.
No, it's a big win, though. And they did get the bottom turret, but they were unable to get mid. And that was just the call. Okay, push turrets. We can't stop this. And at least they got something back. DRX, that is. This fight was a little bit wonky. Morgan's on the flank here, but he's a flanking Yorick, so, you know, not really this fight setup I think the Bro needed to definitively secure the dragon. Ends up going over to DRX, but Sponge has to sacrifice himself for it, doesn't have flash. And like you said, he did some damage there at the end, but not too impactful. I didn't think that Bro were going to be able to get Otacon, but with Realm Warp and how quickly they made the call, they were certainly able to do so. DRX kind of caught with their pants down on that one.
Yep, a little bit unfortunate, and like with the fact that it wasn't Double Dragon. We mentioned the Double Dragon being so important.
Yeah.
And that steal away from Croco and that Mountain Drake certainly is coming up trumps here.
Because I actually think for both these comps, Chemtech Soul can be kind of insane. Especially when you consider the Wukong.
Yeah. Oh, and Trundle, man. Trundle really
already,
likes it.
Yeah, he's already got so many resistances.
Yep. I mean, Maokai with the Sap Sipper, you know, there's a lot of options.
Jax, too, if he lives a little bit longer, gets one more Counter-Strike off, you know, it's...
As it turns out, Chemtech Soul is, in fact, the best right
Yeah,
now.
it's actually pretty good.
Yep. Justice for Orcs. Thank you for the Chemtech Soul, my friend. It's all right. Bro's now pushing on up. I can feel... So they may not necessarily have a lead. They're down a dragon. I can feel the Bro tempo vibes, though, man. I can feel them.
Yeah, this is a lot of tempo that they actually have with literal tempo on the bottom side of the map here.
And a cleanse has to come out here from Teddy.
Okay, we're going to see a collapse on
that's
Morgan.
a flash in onto Morgan. Can he stick around? Oh my god, gets so much health back. Everyone turns up as the jump scare comes in. They might be able to just take down this turret. They may need to as Crocu's going to walk in. Puts a kennel on top of Sponge. He's got to fight off to the side as the Keeper's Verdict does get rid of the Yorick. And now Rich is just trying to run away. Finally, the Trundle takes down the Monkey, but the flash in from Morgan will get denied by Rich. Andal doesn't have the same level of safety, though.
They're gonna
and Yahoo is chilling out in the top lane.
They're going to get this turret in the top lane. Teddy had a really strong push in mid as well, so it's not like DRX get nothing back, but this is definitely a trade-up for Bro, who will also get turrets in exchange during these backs here. They have a huge wave in mid to take the mid turret down. They got demolished here as well because it's a Yorick pushing this one down. They get the bottom turret, and DRX, they're gold.
Oh, God!
Gone. They're getting another one.
That's going to be an inhibitor turret?
Rich is TPing into mid.
Another inhibitor turret, and he's straight into a baby cage as the Ghoulie Wall is going to pin him down. So, yeah, that is a lot of money towards the Bros, as if the pendulum wasn't already swung back.
I think it got
is
stuck.
Now, yeah, it is now up on the Bros side, well and truly.
Yeah, I think it just got stuck up there. I think it's caught on something.
I'm really looking forward to when it starts swinging back to. What is that going to be? The next Drake fight? Probably where DRX is going to make something happen.
This fight, this scenario here where the collapse happens on the Morgan and then they turn into a Realm War play is just fantastic. Like, this is not the kind of playstyle that Closer is known for, is actually making like really good macro plays and reads on the map, but he's had several Realm Warps now this game that have been possibly game-winning for Bro. Like, he was able to make the call to go to Otacon, he was able to make the save here happen on the bottom side. He's utilizing the Rise so incredibly well, and what looked like a potential pick there and taking the Yorick out of a side lane actually meant that Yorick gets insane value, gets that mid turret, they got the inhibitor turret in bottom lane, and suddenly DRX and all DRX Predators are in big trouble.
Shambles all over the place. And it's feats of strength versus this Otacon that the Bros now have as well. The Bros going to be feeling pretty good about that one, I could imagine, especially with the fact that they have the Rise, so it's level 16 for Closer here at 25 minutes. 3 items now complete. This Rise is very large, and I would hazard to say in charge.
Yeah, I think he's the boss right now. He might be, he's like Croco?
It's him and Croco, but honestly, I do feel like they're both the kingpins of this one, if you know what I mean. Both of them sitting on 4 and 1 as well.
Yeah, sometimes you can actually have 2 equal bosses.
Yeah, right? It's
usually
like,
they're like twin brothers in a video game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The twin brothers in the video game, man.
Yeah.
And,
exactly.
and they have all those lines where they're like saying each other's, like finishing each other's sentences and stuff like that.
Yes, brother.
Yes, exactly. Oh, it's perfect. You've been playing a lot of Yakuza.
Yeah, well, they're also like the, they could be like the twins in Invincible, which you haven't seen yet, so you don't.
Yeah, or in the Matrix Reloaded.
Closer is going to get Blast Cone engaged on, but he's aware that this could happen.
He also has a Zonias.
Yeah. Valdez is...
I tried that pronunciation on, didn't like it.
No. Valdez is knowing that cone
Yep.
engage angle. Like, he's been talking to closer. He's like, watch out for those.
Yeah. They're really annoying.
And he just respects it. Doesn't know where the rest of DRX is. Not going to push up too far. They did successfully shut the Ryze out of a side lane for a moment, though, and gives Rich some time to breathe. He needs that TP up badly.
There is so much about this bro comp that I love for the Ryze group, though. And that is
it's
the
Ryze
amount,
also.
Yeah. The amount of macro training wheels that it has.
Yeah.
Think about it. Saplings for vision.
Yeah.
Throw them into a brush. No need to face check. No need for added information. Throw in a little sapling and you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you're caught on the wrong side of the map and there's a guy that doesn't have teleport that's near closer. Oh, that's okay. Just bring him on up with a realm warp.
Yeah.
It's fine. Mispositioning has been sorted out.
If your top laner is not sure when to ult, just ult all the time.
Yeah, exactly. If your AD carry is like struggling moving up too far, which Hype is currently maybe doing, no, never mind. There is a Maiden and a Yorick in front of him as another inner turret is going to fall down.
Don't want a side lane? No, just with this comp 5-man it.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is like the Jhin just stands a billion miles away and you're at no risk. You just fire the shots. It's fine.
Was optimistic from Who I don't think there's really any fault, but they are going to keep everyone around here, so Rich gets some extra time with his turret. His TP is back available now. We'll get the Demolish here, and should be able to take this turret out and escape.
Yeah, Morgan is going to come in, puts Rich in the ghoulie wall, as Deadly Flourish not going to quite find the angle here.
Ooh, this is a lot of
interest.
This is a lot of people chasing this Jax, and now DRX have been able to get some vision control around this Baron. Things getting a little bit scary here for Bro all of a sudden as DRX really pulled them around the map. Maybe they needed those training wheels after all.
Pendulum. You can see it has swung back to neutral as far as money is concerned. Drake's now even as well.
Elder flip.
Oh, this is such a Ryze group game 3, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The last Ryze group game, potentially ever.
Oh, God. There will never be another Ryze group game in 2025.
That's true. It's never going to happen. Unless, like, I suppose there's a world where, like, that we have to regame this for some crazy reason. Like, some fan just runs out of the audience and, like, breaks closer keyboard over his knee. We're like, why
Chronicler is here, but he was a bro predator today. Okay? But he's sitting on the DRX side.
Oh, my God. What if Chronicler intervenes in the game?
Do you know what that means?
There he is. Look at him.
See how blue that is?
Do you see him scheming?
Oh, he's so scheming,
He's scheming so hard.
And you know how he doesn't? He constantly says that he doesn't believe in curses. Like, this is the ultra curse. He's a known bro anti, and he predicted bro today?
Yeah.
If there's, like, that's the definition.
And he's sitting on the wrong side. I don't trust like that. I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. All right, Sponge, gonna get Realm Warped on.
But he's got a Blast Cone.
Oh, Valdez. Tell us how it is.
-1 Realm Warp. The pendulum swings back a little bit towards DRX.
Not the pendulum again!
As side lane win in the top lane for DRX as well. Although it's quite minor because they can't really threaten that turret. And Morgan does have TP and will be able to answer the wave.
Yep.
But they have vision. They didn't really get that much vision control around the Baron.
You know what? I need Morgan to sell these control wards and just buy a Dead Man's Plate, because then I think he has just a full outfit.
Yeah.
He's got shoes, a top, a cape, pants with the Dead Man's Plate.
Yeah.
A fan for some reason, and a sword-ish. Right?
Is Trinity Force actually a fan?
I mean, it looks like a fan to me. It could be a shield.
What
it could
is
just be a triangle.
Do we even know what it is?
I think it's a coaster.
Okay, there we go. I like that.
I imagine it's just a coaster. Yeah. It's a triangle coaster. They're trying to be a bit hipping with it.
Yeah.
Triangle coasters are the way these days.
Triangle coasters are a little bit hot now.
Yeah.
All right,
you do need to get a quite large one. It's not great for spatial efficiency.
This is potentially the beginning of a fight that could decide this game. The dragon is up, but it's only soul points, not soul. And Baron Vision is where the real action was happening there for just a moment there on the top side.
Oh, real action I think is a bit rich. Oh no, sorry, he's Jax.
Yeah. So Closer's gonna solo this dragon.
He's gonna wander up to the dragon and kill it.
Rich is sussing this out. And they do not have TP for Closer, so this might have been a bit of an error.
Well,
Or?
There does need to be a teleport to come in, as Croco is just going to walk on over and eat the dragon from 200 health.
What am I watching here?
Well, what
you started the Baron? He doesn't have TP, and you were on the top side with more members.
This is what we like to call caught napping.
They came over to watch the dragon get taken, and then they're like, all right, well, I guess you got it.
Have you heard of hypnotism?
Yes, I do. I am aware.
Bros in action actually does have a secret property.
Now, bro, gonna get the Baron started up first? Come on, DRX.
Look at this hypnotism, man.
Second world championship possibilities might be fading before your eyes.
Exactly.
As this is just a dead Baron. They got the ult followed to zone him away. There's no way.
They just walk up to the dragon, take the dragon, and then their master plan is walk up to the Baron and take the Baron.
They removed the pendulum.
Do you know what they didn't remove? The training wheels, baby. That is those macro training wheels on full display.
There you go. I mean,
this game makes no sense.
Closer literally just walked over to the dragon. They were like, I think he's doing dragon. They identified he was doing dragon. Instead of doing Baron and trade, they were like, let's show up very slowly to the dragon and then not secure it. And
the only explanation is hypnotism.
I think it was the tempo vibes.
I mean, the tempo vibes definitely another thing. As Morgan has completed the Thorn Mail, so he now has shoulder pads on his outfit. Still doesn't have pants, unfortunately. We do need to make sure that Dead Man's Plate comes in, so he doesn't look silly. But that's okay. We don't necessarily know whether Thorn Mail goes down low enough. Maybe it's got a kilt attached.
It could.
As well. That would be pretty cute.
Thorn Mail does look like a Monster Hunter armor.
It does, doesn't it? Like a Rathalos armor or something like that? Yeah, absolutely.
So with Baron here and no inhibitor turret, they can kind of just hang out and siege this and wait for DRX to engage. Like, Sponge has to find an angle. He has flash if they're going to stop this. Otherwise, they just lose this inhib. And I think they should consider defending it.
They need to break out of this hypnotism, man. As Keeper's Verdict is going to get rid of the Yorick, and now Closer goes golden. Can they buy enough time? That's the question. As the nature is grasping, but perhaps it is grasping at straws. As Rich goes golden, he gets punched back though. Polu holding them at bay as Rich is flashing, but so is Croco. And he dives in. Give your tribute to the king. As he goes down, Morgan flashes away though. Finally, they take down the Yorick. This is an absolute disaster here on both sides, but it's the bros that thrive in moments like this.
Yahoo.
Hype, you thrive in moments like this, by the way.
Yahoo's going to try to get a back off here so they cannot take out these Nexus turrets. I mean, there is a wave in Baron.
Hang on, just stop the backs. Never mind. Polo is dead. And now it's Hype versus Yahoo.
He gets one Nexus turret and then he's out. He's out of there. That's all I can't end the game. I'm just a lowly Jhin. I'm just a Jhin. Can only shoot 4 times.
Ran out of bullets, guys. Gotta go back to Forest.
This fight is actually so insane because everyone has all their activatables, right? Closer has his buy some time, and it's wild. Like, there's a GA for Sponge here as well. So the fight is kind of insanely difficult to follow. Rich goes into the back line here, but it actually ends up being his undoing. And then Teddy is like, okay, maybe.
Polu.
And he has Zonias, but he uses it at an inopportune moment. Hype takes him out. Polu does a ton of work, as you mentioned.
Yeah, Captain Pajamas, man, just smashing him with the brambles.
I think that if that was played a little bit more cleanly or a little bit faster there from DRX, they probably end up winning the fight, but they kind of botched it. Teddy went forward, has Zonias, but used it at the last possible second, and they survive. But,
and the gold, it's still under 1,000.
No, I know. That's not... I don't even... Why is that even... I don't know. Like, it makes sense why it's like that, but I just...
I mean...
but also it doesn't.
Yeah. There is still the issue of the Rise situation, who did die very early in that last fight. And both of the mid laners do have their death caps completed. But I do think that Closer is just going to be so difficult to deal with. Also, I mean, like, Hype is all of a sudden a champion again.
They can just take this dragon for free. Like, right now, they're in the mid lane super far up as a 5-man. Maybe just go grab Dragon Vision and secure his. Sponge is looking for a crazy flank.
He's not going to be hypnotized again. No. He does not want to get hypnotized again. 15 seconds.
I mean, this is soul for bro. TP going to come through here for Morgan. Has his Rookern, which...
He's got his Gotcha Claw.
Yeah.
He is ready to gamble.
I think this is likely the fight that decides the game, as Rich is going to get caught.
Yep, there's the Realm Warp. He's already used the Leap Strike. As closer look, he's just lumbering towards him very slowly. But Hype is just going to follow the minion wave. All right, DRX, you can have a third dragon. Because we're just going to win the game. Yeah. Okay, bro. I mean, that's their name for a reason. It's just, okay, bro, just win, I guess. As in goes Rich, taking a fair bit of damage. There's the Keeper's Verdict being channeled, but that is just going to go on a little bit of a cooldown.
Sponge decides not to recall because he wants to take Dragon, but he knows they're collapsing towards him, so...
Bit of decision paralysis.
He could try to actually find an angle here with the Cyclone if they can follow up, but there's a mid-wave pushing through, and I just don't think there's any way DRX can collapse the way they'd like to. Sponge tries for it, though. Sponge?
He's just going to walk on up.
Wants a Smite steal.
Well, let's see what he can do here as, yeah, no, he just can't. Polo, with the Nature's Grasp, it is just so easy to confirm these neutrals.
Yeah, no, it's really easy. You just look towards the enemy and say, no, you can't come anywhere near this, which is, well, I was kind of calling it like poor man's Renata, but it's working out in these moments, you know, just saying, Sponge, I'm not allowing a 50-50, I'm not allowing entry, we're not going to fight for anything anytime soon, so I can toss this one out. It'll be back up when they look to contest for Baron. That's exactly where all of these champions are heading now with that additional soul buff. Trundle, difficult to kill here. Yorick, kind of problematic, but it's literally the Trundle that gets the most value out of this in this upcoming fight. Level 18 is Croco in this game. Look at his items as well.
I don't think he dies again. It's a 3-stack Chemtech Soul on a Trundle.
And he has like so much MR.
Yeah.
So Teddy's poke means nothing to him. The Aurora means nothing to him.
Well, Control Ward does go in. DRX have a decent wraparound. Look at this Ghoulie army, though, that Morgan does have trailing after him. The Baron up and available. That is going to be where the battle lines are drawn. There is the Cyclone engage, but Polu finds Teddy. Sponge taking a lot of damage, but Closer is going to be the first to go down. Andal gets a heroic charge, and it is absolute heroism as Hype does find the fadeaway shot onto the jungler, and Croco's alive, but unfortunately, the rest of his team is dead. It's a triple for Rich. My perfect predictions.
Oh, Croco, you said he wasn't gonna die.
Wait, can Croco just walk up and eat the Nexus?
You said he wasn't gonna die.
If he eats the Nexus, they win.
He wants to, but they are gonna come back and defend. But that means they don't get Baron.
All right,
Croco.
Can you get out? Croco, that's the... Yeah, well, he flashes. He will have his speedy, fast, walkie ground. There it is. He can put down a pillar. He's out.
Rich
gets
smote.
Oh, will have Leap Strike up again, so they manage to hold down. Oh, he gets to press R, and it's not enough. Teddy locks it down, and then DRX managed to take the Baron.
This game is still on. Like the rest of the.
I mean, the pendulum do be swinging back.
No, it's DRX definitely in control now, but that was a ton of time buy for Croco. And they're going to get Baron, and then can try to push. This inhibitor is going to respawn shortly. As watching this fight again, it's actually just insane, the amount of value. And the main target you want to get here is the Rise, right? Because he's the main damage to it. Otherwise, it's
and
Jin.
Croco got ulted away.
Yeah, Croco's pushed away, so cannot impact the play anymore. And he's the immortal one. He's the tough one to kill. He actually would do so much in this fight if he is not knocked away. But Rise gets isolated early, and while he survives the Zonias for a little bit, he's not doing any damage in that interim. And Teddy is just tearing them apart. And now, Baron to DRX.
Oh, but do you know what this means? So, do you think that DRX will be able to win the game off this Baron?
Not off this Baron alone, though. Unless something disastrous, like Bro makes a huge mistake.
Well, how do you feel about somersaults and mythical beasts of the scaled variety? Because I'm sensing a bit of an elder flip in our future.
Oh, okay, that's what you were saying. Okay, I got you. I was like, Wukong, is he really like... He's mythical, but like...
yeah.
I could see the elder flip being what decides it all, yeah. I was kind of leaning towards that.
That would be the perfect bookend to the Fries group.
Bro absolutely should not just like walk in and try to fight DRX right now. Like, I think they have to just wait out this Baron as best as they can. Their wave clear with the Rise is okay, so and just kind of chill here, clear it wave by wave, you know what I mean? Don't try to force the obscene flank fights, because that could just end your entire year. 2025 is over to whoever loses this
And
next team
whoever
fight.
wins could be world champion.
That's right. That's the difference.
We have to remember.
That's Rise Group, baby.
Yep, 6,500 gold is going to be the lead here for DRX, but we are very quickly approaching full build for everyone.
Yeah, and it's still a near full build Trundle who has a ton of MR and has Chemtech soul stats when he goes low.
Oh, and we also now get to test to see whether Teddy is once again going to sell boots and lose the game, which
no,
did
please.
happen.
He won't sell boots this time. He's got tier 3
Yeah, he
boots.
does have tier 3 boots, which means it's highly likely that he does not sell them this time around.
All right, Elder up in just a
1 minute.
Yeah, just a few more seconds here. But DRX, but they didn't break open the base and get any inhibitors, and they weren't able to push in and get any real advantages with this Baron. They can keep Prio with it, but it will. There's like a window where they don't have Baron, and there's time for Bro to clear those waves and actually have a real straight-up 5v5 fight. Like, it's going to be a fair-ish fight. DRX should still have Prio, but there's Realm Warp. There's a lot of things to consider here, how far away Jin can fight.
Yep.
And it's just going to be one Elder fight to decide this entire game, the entire fate of these 10 players.
All the inhibitors in the game are up and available. It is an even playing field. Although 6,000 gold is in favor of DRX.
A whole year of LCK for these two teams leading to this one moment.
100% of the remainder of 2025 will belong to the victor of this series.
30 series in the year, and this is the one that matters most.
Realm Warp is okay. Realm Warp to bring closer and hype back towards the team. They won't be able to have that for the next battle. The Elder up in 5 seconds time.
DRX just want to take the fight off the Elder. Look at the split here for DRX. Sponge has his GA, of course, still.
Sponge is not really the guy that wants to be away from the Elder Pit, though. And he's going to get slowed down by the Morning Mist. There is the flash having to be employed. Keeper's Verdict is in. That gets rid of the Maokai. But Bro can now disengage. And with the Keeper's Verdict on cooldown, it's a real rough time as the Maiden trying to run away, and she will be able to get out of there.
So many tools used for Bro here that they don't have for the fight anymore, and I think that's probably going to be the go button here for DRX. They can use this Honeyfruit to heal up and head straight to the Elder Dragon itself. Yehu on a flank, perhaps caught.
I mean, he's just going to get chomped by Croco. Walks towards him, Redemption comes down, and now the Elder has been started.
Okay, here we go. This is it.
Yep,
for everything.
Oh, it has to be a 50-50. Come on, junglers, both of you in the pit. Mano a mano. As, all right, Yehu is just going to pop like a balloon. The grenade is dancing around the fight, but Closer is going to go down as well. Both mid laners are dead. It's an absolute melee. A bloodbath, but Rich getting in on top of them. The GA is going to work, but Teddy is dead. And Morgan is just smacking them with a shovel. The shovel of the monster. And Sponge is going to be the last man standing, but that monkey is going to be put in the ground, and the Bros will do it!
And hype! 10,000 damage in the fight. Who says you can't team fight? It's not Morgan, as they are going to win it. They are going to go to play-ins here, and Bro saved the year on an Elder fight in a 45-minute game to close out the 5th and final Game 3 between these two teams. Bro have done it.
And I just have to say, Wolf, we did. It must suck to lose.